Okay, let's put some pants on this guy. Must be a little drafty for him. So what we're gonna do is we will make a copy of his body. So I'm gonna go to Edit and Duplicate, and we'll just move this down. And then we're going to ungroup this duplicate, and we're going to delete sphere, and let's select this, and let's make the radius 11. So 1 1 and 1 1. And we'll do the same with the bottom one. Make that 11 as well. Okay. It's not a clean fit for some reason. Oh, okay. So it centers off. So let's just move it over. There. Great. And let's change the color for these two objects. Let's give them some blue jeans here. Okay. And then I'm going to change the height of this cylinder. So let's make that, let's go 15, see where that gets us. Alright, select them both and let's move them up. Gonna change it to hollow to see what it looks like. Okay. Probably could be a little smaller. So let's select the cylinder. Let's make it 10.5. And 10.5. And the same for our half sphere. 0.5. And now that's a little off, so let's just fix that. Whoa. Let's just do 0.5 there. Okay. Alright, now we need to make the strap in this cutout area. So you can drop this down quite a bit. So let's do that. Let's make it, let's try 10. Probably go a little lower. Let's make it 8. There we go. Let's take a look. Maybe 7. Yeah, that looks good. All right. And Okay. Okay, so let's cut out the basic shape of his overalls. That's pretty simple to do. So we also have to make a strap from the strap onto. So, well, in order to do that, we're going to duplicate this top piece, edit, duplicate, and we'll move that down. We'll use that later. So for this piece, we're going to cut that out. So we do that by going up to our cutout tab or holes tab and create a hole. So in order to get this right, I want that blue as well. Okay. And frame that. And let's make our grid 1 millimeter. Let's just make this a little bigger. Okay. And let's move this in. To see how much we need to cut out. Let's just make this a little tighter. Okay. Now let's look at our reference, and so we get a straight on shot. Looks like it comes up like almost a straight line up to the outer edge of his goggles. So, and there's a little bit of an angle, so we could put that in there. That makes it more interesting. And so let's move it out a little bit. Okay. That looks good. And now let's duplicate that, move it to the other side, edit, duplicate, and let's try to get it equal. It's a little too much. So let's do 0.25. Do 0.25 with the arrow key. There we go. Alright, that feels pretty good. Let's make sure it's not cutting too deeply. So let's make sure we've got that right. Looks pretty good. Let's just tighten this up a little bit. That. This is what, whoa, not what I wanted. Okay. And looks pretty good. Maybe a little. Just a little higher. Just move it up 0.25. Okay. Now let's just rotate them just a little bit, just to make it a little interesting. Let's do it on the outside dial. Let's just do 5. Take a look at our a little too much. Let's dial it back. Just do just 3. Actually, I'm going to just undo that. There we go. And okay, same on the other side. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now let's cut this out. So shift select our whole piece with the blue cylinder and group, and the same shift select and group. All right. Looks good. Okay. Now we're going to do this piece. So this is going to be interesting. So we want to keep this aligned. So we're going to use a couple of special community tools. So we go up to our community tab, and we're going to use our arc building block. And going to rotate this 90 degrees, and again 90 degrees. Okay. Now this is we're building the strap. Okay. I want to put this back at 1. Okay. Just trying to roughly align it. Okay. Let's move this over. And just turn that into a hole. So we can adjust the arc, the radius of that arc. So let's go up to 10. Goes pretty far. Don't need it that far. Let's go down to 8. Just the width to 15. Okay. We want this to be a little higher, so we're going to increase the height. Let's go to 10. Okay, good. Now we want we have this aligned, so let's keep it that way. We'll just slide this out. And now we're going to create a cutting piece. So let's go down and just get our trusty box. And let's shrink it down. We want this to align with this part, so let's try 0.5. There we go. Appears to be aligned. Now we need to make a copy of this piece. Edit, duplicate. Remember to keep these things aligned. Makes your life easier. So we're just going to slide the red out, and we're going to select this new piece. And while it's still there, what we're going to do is we're going to change the radius. I'm going to change it to 10 and see what we get. So see, this is the beginnings of the strap. Might be too thick, so let's take a look. Not too bad. Could probably drop it down. Let's try 9.5. There. Okay. That should work. So I'm gonna move this piece. I'm gonna move this piece over. This piece is going to go in here, and we're going to make a cut. So let's go back to 20 for the height. Okay, good. Now the length. Just gonna pull this out. There we go. And we just want to make sure this. Okay, that looks like it's there. We'll give it a shot. First, I just want to double check this piece. Yep, it's lined up. Okay, so let's put this piece back over there. we select both these pieces and we group there. That's going to be a cutter piece, as well as this. So this one we're just going to pull out over this. So I'm going to try 22. No, that didn't work right. So back to 20. And let's move this piece in as well. Probably not long enough, so let's widen that out. Okay, so first, we select the cutter piece at the bottom, select the blue cylinder, group, and select the cylinder, select the top cutter piece, group. Okay, this part we'll just have to cut out. It's pretty easy to do. So let's go up to our holes. And let's bring this down. And let's duplicate that. Edit. Duplicate. Okay. Now, before we do that, let's just see how well this fits. So I'm going to move this up. And, well, what do you know? That's working out okay. Very, very cool. Okay. So now that we have this all set up, I'm gonna bring this back down, and let's do that in the next video.
Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.